Hey guys, back again. I was planning to make this video a couple of days ago, but because I now have work, this is the only time I've been able to go ahead and make this. Where to begin? Quite a bit to catch up on. Okay, let's begin with the obvious. Legendary put out yet another Godzilla trailer, this time the international trailer. We're going to be taking a look at that, and I'll offer a little more insight into that and go over a couple of things that I may have overlooked and address a couple of the theories surrounding the imagery. And after that, I've got some news for any kaiju fans who are watching this video, and maybe a couple of other things as well. So without further ado, let's do this.
They're not fooling anybody that what happened was a natural disaster. It was not an earthquake. It wasn't a typhoon. They're lying. I'm not crazy. Whatever it is they're guarding so carefully, I need to be able to prove that it's real.
The arrogance of man is thinking nature is in our control, and not the other way around.
I know many of you have family and loved ones, and that you want to help them. Well, this is your chance.
Okay, so that was the international trailer for Godzilla, which I think is the final trailer now. They're not going to release another one. Okay, now that we've had a look at it, what do I think? Well, we do see a lot of new footage and a couple of scenes that were extended. The majority of the trailer is stuff we've seen before in the main trailer, such as we have Bryan Cranston's character, Ford's father. I forget the name of his character. We get the same narration, like it wasn't a typhoon, it wasn't an earthquake. We do, like I said, we see a little more of the aftermath and the destruction of the. We see more of the destruction that the monsters cause, and some of the after effects as well. We see a little more of our human characters in the film. We see a bit more of Ford, the soldier. We see a bit more of Bryan Cranston's character, and we see a little bit more of their family. We see a little more of Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Ford's wife. I really need to look up the names of these characters. It would make it a bit easier to explain, like instead of using like Ford's father, Ford's wife, and so on. Anyway, where to go from there? Okay, so onto some of the new footage. We see a little more of the attack on the battleships, and well, it's easier if I just get the screenshots up and explain it that way. So without further ado, here's the first one. Okay, and here's the first screenshot, not of the battleships, but this is one of the many examples of the environmental damage we see the monsters do and the after effects. As you can see, it's fiery, there's cars, there's all types of debris. There's not much I can really add to that, really, except what I can see. We do see a lot of this we see like the immediate aftermath of Godzilla rising from the ocean. As we saw in the last trailer, there was a bit of a tidal wave that flooded the streets with people trying to get away from it. And I can imagine that we're going to see quite a lot of that. We also see, again, some of the footage we've seen before of the statue of, well, it's not really the Statue of Liberty, because if you look closely, there is a track for a roller coaster going around it. So that's basically in, if I remember right, it's in Las Vegas. One of the attractions there, I can't remember the name, but that's in Las Vegas. I think that is definitely a Muto attack, because I think that Godzilla, when he first appears, is going to be San Francisco. Pacific Rim reference, anyone? Anyway, next one. As I said earlier, we do get a better look from the battleship attack. As you can see in the screenshot I've currently got up, we get a much clearer picture of the Muto. Now, again, a lot of people were saying that this is Rodan. This concludes that it's not. Although there are a couple of references to some of the Toho monsters throughout the film, more than likely, because some have already been pointed out from analysis of the trailers. For example, on someone's desk in the film is supposed to be like a little figurine or something of Mothra, so that's a nice way to tie it in. I've already discussed what other throwbacks or little quirks are going to be added to the monsters. To, you know, it's for the fans, really. You know, fans of Godzilla. It's throwbacks to them. It's fan service for them. So there's not much I can add to this, really. So yeah, Muto. There it is. Not Rodan. Now, this part of the international trailer I liked, because not only are we going to have Godzilla in San Francisco or whatnot, it looks like he's also, for the first time, going to go to China. Or it looks like China. It could be Chinatown. But either way, it's a great little bit in the trailer. Like every trailer before, as you can see from the screenshot, he's completely masked in... yeah, it looks like smoke. There's no way it can really be fog, because it'd have to be really dense to hide something like him, of his size. And there's lightning in the background, so that definitely makes it more striking, adds a bit more impact to Godzilla. Now, a little theory, well, I wouldn't say theory, but I'm going to guess at this. I think this is going to be where he fights one of the Mutos, because one thing that hasn't really been disclosed, apart from what the Mutos really look like, well, it's kind of revealed now, because they've lifted the embargo on the toys, like the images of the toys, so we kind of know what the Mutos kind of look like now. And I gotta say, for an original monster, it actually looks pretty menacing. Or at least the male one that we saw in the previous trailer with the foot slamming down. I don't know if the flying Muto and that Muto are the same, but it has the ability to change, like, you know, insects do. I don't know, it really could be. We're going to have to see the movie to find that out. Cappuccino is the shit. Anyway, so yeah, it looks like Godzilla's either going to Chinatown or Shanghai. Right, the last screenshot and then on to the next bit. Right, and here we are. This is one of my personal favourite moments in this international trailer. As you can see, there's a bunch of people in what I think is a school bus, and I think this may be related to the final part to the film. I can only guess at this point, but I think this is where Godzilla has basically been temporarily overwhelmed by a Muto. It has to be the larger Muto he's fighting at this point, and he's been knocked down, or a Muto has just appeared and he's rising from the ocean or something. Well, I don't think it would really be the ocean because of the tidal wave thing, because he's so massive. Yeah, I think what I originally said at first may just be what's going to happen. He's going to be fighting the larger Mutos. He's taken a hit. He's gone down. Now he's getting back up and about to really go for it. I can't really add anything to this fight either, because, like I said, we do get a bunch of new footage, and you know, a good chunk of it is what we got in the main trailer, which, yeah. Right, on to my thoughts, and then on to the little announcement I wanted to do a couple of days ago, but I've never had the chance until now to do it. So that's my little look at the international trailer for Godzilla, which I mentioned earlier I really hope is the final trailer. You know, don't make the same mistake as Pacific Rim. Too many trailers, too much revealed. Which, you know, fair play to... Well, I'm a bit 50-50 with Legendary's marketing and PR for this film, because for the longest time they kept it under wraps. And it's only October last year where stuff really started to come out. But, you know, one can argue one way or the other, you know. They were, well, lack of a better word, arseholes for keeping it secret for so long. But it's having the effect now. It's becoming one of the most anticipated films this year. Definitely number one for my personal list this year. I think the only other film I would want to see this year is the third and final part of The Hobbit. Yeah, Hobbit Part 3. There and Back Again. I think that's basically my list for this year. Anyway, just a couple of things on Godzilla to wrap this up, because, you know, including this, I've done 3 videos dedicated to Godzilla, and you know, you do videos about one subject for so long, people are going to get bored with it, or they're just going to switch off. I'm just going to wrap up this whole Godzilla part. Shit is falling over on my desk. I'm actually scared. This place is haunted. Anyway, I'm laughing because I'm nervous as hell. Something just fell over and now I'm freaking out here. So yeah, overall a good trailer. Not too much revealed. You know, it's just whetting a person's appetite. Right. Just a couple of little details. Some things I didn't really catch up on or really look on is just a couple of things about Godzilla's design. When I looked at the trailer again, it looked like he had 2 rows of teeth. And I've got to watch the trailer again, but if this turns out to be the case, it's a throwback to the Heisei Godzilla. Now, if you look at Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, you can plainly see he's got 2 different rows of teeth. It could be, it couldn't be. I don't know. Right. Other people have done an analysis on the main trailer, which, you know, it's kind of the thing. Trailer comes out, a lot of people give their opinions on it. And there's one thing that was said which got me thinking. Remember when I said in my last video that there's a possibility that there were 2 Godzillas. The one in 1954, which they tried to kill with the atomic bomb, and it apparently failed. But that really begs the question, when Ken Watanabe, you know, his character and his team were going in that site, then what do the bones belong to? I mean, from what we were shown, it could be bones from, I don't know, a tail section of the old Godzilla. After hearing what other people have said, and some of the new information that's come out, it's made me doubt my thoughts. And basically, what it is... Okay, the Mutos may not be biologically made monsters. They might be a natural evolution. And apparently so is Godzilla. They weren't made, they evolved. So that would explain another thing. I mean, I already said that the Mutos were after Godzilla because of his nuclear energy, and they'd need that to colonate their species. That opinion still stands because, you know, I looked at the trailer again, and you know when they say it's like a tentacle wrapped around the missile? To me it still looks like an egg cluster, and the embryos, or the little larvae, or whatever the hell they're called, they look like they're feeding off the energy in, I guess, a similar way to what a baby does with an umbilical cord. You know, it's getting energy from another source in order to grow. And that opinion still stands. That opinion has not changed. What has is Godzilla himself. When they show in the trailer when he's rising near that little island chain and the bomb explodes, my thoughts are now, the bomb, of course, doesn't kill him, but instead the force is powerful enough to render him unconscious. And the blast knocked him out. You know, he's doused in radiation, which contributes to his bigger size and nuclear abilities. And my thoughts are, since it was in the Pacific he first appeared, that of course the blast knocked him out, he submerged, and he's been in the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest part of planet Earth. It's 7 miles below sea level, and I think that they may have had him rest there for 50 or so years. I'm just guessing at this point. I mean, what I said before, that the Godzilla in this film is the second of his species, you know, that could very well be true. We won't know until the film comes out on May 16th, and we'll be able to see it in full for ourselves. Just another little thing to do with Godzilla. Ever since the film was announced, you know, a lot of people have come out and they've done incredible fan art, and I've saved a couple because I personally like the look and design. Just a little thing here. Every single bit of artwork I'm going to show now is property of the people who made it. I'm just showing you guys because I personally loved these, and I think they deserve a look. I thought I'd start with this one because this came out not long after the film was announced. As you can see, I'm guessing the larger monster is an early design of the female Mutos, and of course we have Godzilla on the opposite side. I'm guessing that the woman is Elizabeth Olsen's character, and of course the soldier is Ford. I'm kind of hoping that this will be a scene in the film, like Godzilla on one side, the other larger Mutos bearing down. It's only a small thing, but I just wanted to show it because, you know, just look at it, the amount of detail, and I like the way I just love the way that the Muto and Godzilla looks in this, and I just thought I'd share it with you guys. There is a couple more. Alright, this next piece, as you can see here, features our redesigned Godzilla with, looking at the spines, it's a little more like the Geno Godzilla in terms of spines, but the overall body is the same as the 2014 Godzilla. The reason why I like this one is not because of Godzilla, but as you can see we've also got a redesigned King Ghidorah. And I gotta say, if they were actually able to redo this design, maybe in a future film, here's looking at you, Toho, I would love to see this designed King Ghidorah, because I think it's about time that he made a comeback as well. Because considering that it's been over 10 years since the last Godzilla film, it's time that Toho brought the character back. You know, Legendary have done a great job, but they can't really replace the studio that created the character in the first place. Anyway, next picture. Okay, since I'm a fan of Pacific Rim, I love this piece. As you can see, we have Godzilla fighting Gypsy Danger. This may have stemmed from a rumour or talks that Guillermo del Toro talked about a possible crossover with Godzilla and Pacific Rim. I already said in one of my Godzilla Godzilla reviews, or one of my earlier videos, that the best way they could have done that is, at the end of Pacific Rim, they could have had Tendo Choi going through the command center, shutting down all the equipment because the breach is closed, the Kaiju war is over, and he sees a blip on the radar screen, tries to analyze it via the category system, and it goes category unknown. So that's one way they could have had Godzilla in Pacific Rim. Not in the actual film, just has like an extra or something on the Blu-ray or DVD. I just like how they've done Godzilla in this image. And of course, Gypsy Danger doesn't look half bad. Right, the next picture I'm going to show you is a fan's work on a movie poster. A couple of you may have seen it around on the internet, and for those that haven't, prepare to be amazed. Now, I don't know how this will look in the final video, but for those of you who can see it okay, what we're looking at is a fan's mock-up of the Godzilla movie poster, and I've got to say, some of the most impressive work I have seen. We have the full cast listed. We've got the actual opening, summer 2014, not the actual date. He's entered his own tagline, "A King's Return is Never Silent." We got a bunch of buildings in the way, and of course we've got Godzilla smack bang in the middle. And the poster, as you can clearly see, is showing something that they haven't shown in the trailers, for good or bad reasons. The atomic breath, the trademark attack of our favourite king of the monsters. And I gotta say, for a fan-made creation, it is very, very impressive. To the person who made this, I just want you to know that I would love to have this in A3 size, mounted and framed on my wall. And also, it's too bad that Legendary didn't contact you and make this one of the official posters, because it is freaking awesome. As a Godzilla fan, as a general moviegoer, I would love to have this poster, A3 size, framed on my wall. Definitely, definitely. Okay, just one more piece of artwork and then onto the announcement I was talking about at the beginning of this video. Okay, and here is the last piece of artwork. This is partly inspired from the one seen in the main trailer and the international trailer, where the soldiers are shooting flares in the sky and they illuminate Godzilla as he makes his way through wherever. The fact they've got these lines coming from his chest to his mouth, obviously to show the atomic breath powering up. It's interesting that he shows the atomic breath as red, like they were in a couple of the Millennium films. Oh, actually, let's see where he had red breath. Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Of course, he first used it in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. He used it as a final attack in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. He then absorbed enough radiation to make that breath his normal attack in Godzilla vs. Destroyer. I can't say Godzilla 2000 because technically it was white. Where it became red was Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, and I can't remember the other one. And the others returned it to its classic neon blue look. That concludes all of the artwork for Godzilla, and like I said, this will be the last thing I do on Godzilla for a long time now, because well, there's not really much I can add to it. Like I've said numerous times throughout this trailer, I mean, not trailer, video. Yeah, I really should write a script for this, I really should. Right, on to the main part of this video. Well, not main part, side part. Okay, so that's that bit done. Anyway, on to the announcement. Now, I was really surprised that this was actually real, because in 2013 we had Pacific Rim, the first major entry for kaiju genre film since, you know, Godzilla Zilla in 1998. And this year we're getting Godzilla on the 16th of May. What I found out on Twitter is not only is Godzilla coming back this year, but you'll never guess who's coming back next year. That's right, people. Gamera is coming back. That's right, Gamera. Now, for those of you who don't know who Gamera is, the picture on screen should pretty much tell you all you need to know. He's a giant flying turtle with teeth. Let me just grab my phone and get the post back. I screen capped this one. So yeah, Gamera is coming back in 2015 after, well, when was his last film? 2006. So roughly it's been about 8 years since Gamera's last film, which was Gamera the Brave. Now, personally, this is not my favourite entry in the Gamera franchise. My personal favourite Gamera films are the second generation, or the Heisei films, from Godzilla, there I go, confusing them again, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, which came out in 1995, I'm pretty sure. Then there was the sequel, Gamera Attack of Legion, Gamera 2, Attack of Legion, yep. And in 1999, we got Gamera 3, Awakening of Iris. Now, for those of you who watch Godzilla films and you're into kaiju, definitely check out those films. You might want to check out the original Showa or first generation Gamera films, but they are relatively kind of like B movies, and I was kind of disappointed with the first Gamera film because it follows in the lines of the 1954 Godzilla, you know. Except Gamera was frozen in the Antarctic, an atomic explosion wakes him up, he causes havoc like any other monster does in any other kaiju film. But Gamera is different because he stops to save a kid. He's destroyed numerous buildings and stuff, possibly killed thousands of people, and he stops because of one kid. Now, I don't know if they say in the film that Gamera was in a whole new world to what he was used to. He was like a confused animal. He did not know how to react. But I don't know. I have not seen the first Gamera film at all. Only the Heisei films. Anyway, that's the announcement for Gamera. I gotta be honest, ever since 2013, you know, we've had Pacific Rim, we get Godzilla this year, and now we've got Gamera back. I know a couple of fans out there are probably thinking, or, you know, where's Ultraman? My answer to that question is no. The reason why is because Ultraman stuff is coming out almost every year. We get some new Ultraman films. We got, I don't think it's that long ago, we got Ultraman Zero the movie, which I've watched. It's not a bad film, actually. As you can expect, a bit heavy on the special effects, but what can you expect, really? Yeah, so that's it for Gamera. He's coming back next year. Holy crap, the Guardian of the Universe. Oh my god. Just a couple of more things and I'll end this video. First, I just want to thank each and every one who has watched my videos, and hopefully it wasn't too boring for you to sit through a video like 30 odd minutes long. A quick update on the Ica Village video. It's happened. It has to have taken a back seat because, you know, I'm in work now, so it's just finding the time to do it. But hopefully I'm going to be doing a little bit of recording straight after I've uploaded this one to YouTube. And that's it, really. Last Godzilla video I'm going to do for a while. After the film comes out, I will more than likely do a before I see it and after I see it video using my iPhone 4S here. So that'll be something to look forward to, hopefully, if you don't find me boring. Just a couple of things. I think I'm going to start doing a little more in the way of reviews and stuff. I'm going to be doing a couple of tutorials, like how to make your own custom ringtones for iPhone, if anyone's interested in seeing that. Yeah, like I said, a couple of reviews. I might do a couple of video games. I might do a couple of books. Like, for example, yesterday I just got Memoirs of a Geisha that I may review in the future. I'm also thinking about doing a couple of manga reviews and maybe looking at their video game tie-ins and such. One last thing, I may be doing some other book reviews. Like, there's one I really want to do, which I've been reading the series, and it's Meg by Steve Alton. Now, if you like Jaws, you would love that book. You really would. Right, I think that covers everything until my next video. Again, I just want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video, and got a couple of thumbs up, you know, love you guys for it. Right, until next time, YouTube, see ya!